what's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on for Mike here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Memphis Dynasty here on NCAA 12, one of the underrated NCAA games that we have in existence. We had a pretty good year in our first year in the American/Big East Conference. We're not ranked yet, but we are 4-1 so far this season. But we will be taking on yet another ranked opponent. And this time it is Rutgers. And just like UConn, Rutgers actually had some pretty good teams in the late 2000s, early 2010s. And this team is no different. They're 3-0, ranked number 17 in the entire country. And Kurt Hershey is going to be wrong with them. And I can see why. B overall squad, B plus offense, C plus defense. We're a C minus C, D plus ourselves. But we know how to get some yards down the field. I like how we performed on offense so far this season. But Rutgers, they are certainly going to challenge us over the course of this season as we're trying to extend our winning streak to 5 games. Trying to get to that 5-game winning streak. We'll see if we can make that happen, as well as give Rutgers their very first loss of the entire season. So let's see if we can go ahead and make that happen here in this episode. I hope you guys are excited for it. And if you are, I need you guys to go ahead and do me a favor. Smack that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new to the channel. We'll go ahead and hop right into this thing. I'll see you guys on the field with the start at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Alright, boys, so Rutgers did win the coin toss and does defer to the second half, so we got a chance to start with the football here, and a chance as well to go ahead and make some big plays for us here as we'll drop back the pass with our quarterback Jesse Richards, and Willie Duckett will make the reception. Not a bad way to start this game. I like how we started that drive, get us in easy and manageable situations, because Rutgers, they are coming in as a pretty big favorite, man. They have a pretty good football team, and, you know, that's what some of you guys don't remember. You know, you guys only know Rutgers as the punching bag of the Big Ten Conference, but no, Rutgers actually used to be pretty solid, man. They had some good teams there in the early 2010s, and we're experiencing that right now, ranked number 17 in the country, which I know you guys can definitely see that for sure. But we do have another second and short coming up. We'll get the ball out to Justin Brown. And Brown is going to find some space there on the outside. Just enough space to go ahead and pick us up yet another first down. And we're already sitting at midfield. We got, like I said, got a good drive going. Let's make it a great drive, though, as we're going to look on a 1st and 10. Richards fires over the middle. We again get it out to Willie Duckett. I really wanted to push the ball downfield, but Rutgers doing a great job on the perimeter there, though, making us dunk and dive our way, you know, into, you know, these scoring points, it seems like, as Jesse Richards, he does try to scramble to the left-hand side so he can get somebody open, but Richards just runs right into the pressure, and just like that, our drive is going to end, unfortunately. So now, Rutgers is going to come out onto the field with their offense. And Rutgers got a pretty good one. Blake Tatum's in this backfield. He's a pretty darn good running back that they got going on. Definitely one of their best players that they have. We got to slow him down if we have a chance to win this game, as that could help us out right there. Force some turnovers as Chance Coleman is going to dive on the football. Let's go, baby. That's exactly what we need if we want to come out here, man, and pull the upset. And we definitely got that started, so let's go and take advantage of it. 1st and 10 after the fumble. We're going to hand it off to Justin Brown, and Justin Brown is going to work his way up for an 8-yard gain, setting up this 2nd and short. Looks like they're in man-to-man, so this could be a good look for us, and turns out it is. Brown makes a couple of cuts, and he's going to be into the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis! And the Tigers take the lead on the number 17 team in the entire country. Let's go, baby! You absolutely love to see it. And we got ourselves a lead right there. So now, Rutgers comes back out onto the field after they fumbled the football in their previous possession with the quarterback. We'll see if they keep it in his hands, and they do, trying to throw over to the left-hand side as Antoine Curtis had his hands on the ball. Could not bring it in, though. So now a key 3rd and 6 already. His momentum definitely on our side right now, but it's going to be a halfback draw, and Blake Tatum is loose down the field. Can any of our guys catch up? And it doesn't look like they will. Rutgers is going to answer back almost immediately, and we will have a tie game right off the bat. I mean, look what we did, just poor tackling as a result, and just poor angles too. I think this part of the game, in NCAA 12, those safeties, those corners, depending on what their awareness level is, they're not always going to take the best angles, and we just witnessed that there. So now, all tied up at 7, and once again, we'll see if we can come up with an answer ourselves. And sure enough, we find Jamarcus Mitchell down the field. Red zone opportunity, baby. Let's go. Offense came to play today. We might have a chance to get 2 top 25 wins in a row. But first, let's get this play off. We tried to throw over the middle. I jinxed our offense, didn't I? Yep, I definitely just jinxed our offense. We threw it behind. That was really what caused it there. Jesse Richards had a good decision made. Just the problem was he threw behind his receiver, and that does lead to a turnover. So now Rutgers comes back out onto the field. They will take over after the interception. So now our defense has to come out after a turnover is forced on the opposite side. We'll see how they handle this. 3rd and 5. As Adams gets moved out to the left-hand side, they try to set up the screen. And that screen is going to be, no, it might be more than a first down. Now it's a foot race. Multiple broken tackles later. And he is going to be gone like a girl in a country song. Touchdown, Rutgers. And Scott Oliver, the starting quarterback for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, he actually does expand on a school record for most touchdown passes in a career. He now has 60 of them. So that's really a big reason why Rutgers has been doing what they have been able to do throughout the course of his season. Undefeated, by the way. So now we're down 14-7. And more specifically, we've given up 14 unanswered points. So now we go back to work as we start by throwing the ball over the middle to Chris Washington. And Chris Washington will get us to about midfield there. That will be a first down for your Memphis Tigers. Now, a couple plays later here for Wada, the fullback. He's back. He's going to try to give us a little bit more time to throw this football. And we do get the pass off, but it is going to be incompleted. Was essentially batted down at the line of scrimmage. So now, 3rd and 7. Looking for a man to get open down the field. Richards drops him back. He's going to fire over the middle. Finds Jamarcus Mitchell. And he will hang on and make a play. Jesse Richards in particular, besides that interception, off to a fantastic start. He recognizes that there's a really nice front there too. So, end of the first quarter, quickly gets that play off too. And Justin Brown's able to pick up the first down. Both Justin Brown and Jesse Richards off to great starts. But in spite of that, we are going to be down 14-7 after 1 quarter of play. We do have a drive going. Let's see if we can tie it up when we get out of this break. So now we jump into the second quarter of action here as Richards drops back, throws over to the right-hand side. Will he duck it? Will make the reception. He'll be able to pick up 6 yards there on that particular catch. And again, that goes back to what we're trying to do, create some create some manageable situations. Don't want to be caught in second and long, third and long if we don't want to. And sure enough, that gets batted down. And yet we still almost make a play on the ball. Willie Duckett just could not bring it in, unfortunately. So it's now going to be third down once again. And we have done a pretty solid job with third downs. Or 2 for 3 so far today. As we get a glitch as we try to run one of the running plays here. Trying to get that ball off to Justin Brown. Instead, Jesse Richards had that little bit of mix-up. And we had to settle for a field goal. Thankfully, our punter converted into a kicker. He's doing a pretty good job for us. And he sinks that one right through the uprights. As that will cut this deficit down to 4 points. But we do need our defense to make some plays for us. 2nd and 9 coming up is Scott Oliver. He's going to look to try to scramble. Davenport is on the case though, but he can't bring him down. Thought for sure that would have been enough to get the job done. But that being said, Rutgers still driving down this field. And that's something that we've really struggled with over the course of the season. We have struggled with containing quarterbacks when they've wanted to scramble downfield. And apparently our run defense is a problem as well, because Blake Tatum, he's loose again. And he's going to find the end zone for another touchdown. Blake Tatum on this big time run is going to give Rutgers a 21-10 lead. And again, bad tackling and poor pursuit angles causing that touchdown to be scored. We tried to take over, with Dan Daniel, but, too little too late. And so, down by 2 possessions, not where we want to be. Taking on a top 20 team in the country, but Jesse Richards does have the ability to throw some great footballs for sure. As he gets someone out to Jamarcus Mitchell, who not only makes the catch, but we also get a face mask penalty to help us out as well. So that brings us into Rutgers territory as well. We'd love to bring that in to another first down. As we drop back to pass, looking over to the right-hand side. Jamarcus Mitchell dropping the pass. And again, we will have to possibly punt this football away, but we do force a free and out on the next possession though. Gotta make the most of it. Looking around, trying to throw over the middle of the field, looking for Brian the Kid to start this next drive, but that will be incomplete. So now, 3rd and long coming up as Richards is going to line up in the shotgun formation. Richards looking around, throws over the middle of the field. How about the patience by Jesse Richards to hang around in the pocket, all muddy around him, and still find his receiver? That's the big reason why we kept this drive alive. We're going to need a little bit more of that too. As we throw over to the right-hand side, Willie Duckett, however, will drop this pass, unfortunately. And that will make it 3rd and 13. Remember when I said we were great on 3rd downs? Well, that hasn't been the case as of late. 1 for our last 4. This could be 1 of our last 5, but there is a flag on the field. Hopefully it goes against Rutgers, but it doesn't. It's going to be a holding penalty on Chance Coleman. The penalty was declined, though, so it does keep us in field goal range with Kelly, who gets his kick up, and it's going to be good. So that does at least make it a 1-score game once again, but really the big difference is that Rutgers, they're getting touchdowns while we've been settling for field goals. So now we'll see if our defense can do a little bit better than what they did in the last couple of possessions. That's give up long touchdown runs. And it looks like it didn't really learn much as Blake Tatum does get loose once again. And Zach Scott does have to bring him down. Another first down, though, for Rutgers, as they'll continue to hand this football off to Blake Tatum, who's been a problem, and he will continue to be a problem as well. Just 2 runs here for Blake Tatum. Already has the Scarlet Knights at midfield. Looking for the long ball, though. One-on-one coverage. They're calling it an incompletion. I'm honestly am not too sure about that. And sure enough, the coach for Rutgers, which is, by the way, pretty sure this is Greg Schiano's first stint with the Scarlet Knights. And how about this? Look at the body control. McConnell clearly had that foot in. And they will eventually call that a touchdown. So now that makes it 28-13, which makes this drive so much more important here. As Brian Kidd, he's going to get into open space here, getting across the 45-yard line as well. That's a critical first down. We got to come away with some points, though, because we need them bad. 137 left to play, though. Brown, he's going to get into the perimeter, trying to have that ball stripped away from him, but luckily, Justin Brown did invest into some All-State because he's got some very silent hands there. And now, it makes it 2nd and short, but we will take a timeout. We got 2 timeouts left to work with, though, as Jesse Richards gets back to work. Throwing over the middle of the field. Finds Jamarcus Mitchell, but he cannot haul it in. Looks like one of his receivers who's also trying to run that slant pattern on the other side. Might have had something to do with that. Broke the concentration. So we just need to pick up this first down here. 3rd and 1. Just need to get up that 1 yard. And Justin Brown, he will manage to pick up more than 1 singular yard. And at this point of the first half, we're going to go into our no-huddle offense here as Richards gets set up again. Going to try to run the football a second time. And Brown's going to pick up another first down. This one inside the 25-yard line. And again, we will go back to work yet again. Here comes the Memphis Tigers. We're going to make it a 1-score game. Dropping back. Looking over the left-hand side is Brian Kidd. And Brian Kidd again with another first down. Essentially going to make it 1st and goal. Jesse Richards having a nice first half so far. Over 200 yards of offense and a touchdown. We'll see if we can make it 2 touchdowns with Justin Brown. And he does. Touchdown, Memphis. And the Tigers, once they do kick the extra point, and the extra point was successful, of course, they will go and make this just a 1-possession game. So, hey, we're going to go into halftime. We are down at the half, but you know what? We're fighting. We have what it takes to beat these top 25 teams. We beat UConn just in the last episode. Now we come out here against Rutgers. Let's see if we can do the exact same thing. So welcome back to the second half of action here as we're down 28-20 as of right now. We go back to work here as Richards drops back to pass to start the second half. Trying to throw it out to the right-hand side. Trying to set up that curl for the girls. But there will be no girls around. Is that going to be an incompletion? Nobody likes that if you're an offensive guy. And now a couple plays later already facing 3rd and long. And we need a big play from Jesse Richards. And sure enough, it's actually not Jesse Richards that makes the big play. It is the tight end, Brian the Kid, that makes a play on the football. First down for the Tigers. And Brian Kidd having a good day. 5 catches, 66 yards. Has another little 4-yard reception too. He's not out for, actually he is out for this 5-wide set. But we throw over the middle of the field. We find Jamarcus Mitchell. And now we find ourselves at about the 35-yard line. Looks like a couple of the Rutgers guys slow to get up, but they will remain in the game, though. As again, we face 3rd and long. We've had magic earlier in this drive. We'll see if we can keep it going. And sure enough, Justin Brown keeps the magic going. First down for the Tigers. And now just a red zone chance away from possibly tying this game. 3rd and 12. Richards tries to set up the screen, but Richards is going to be sacked. He will be sacked to end the drive. And we will once again have to settle for yet another field goal. The field goal is good, but that could have been a huge drive there. Tie this game up with the home crowd on your back. And instead it does seem like the win is taken out of our sails a little bit. So now we need our defense to keep us in this game as we're down by 5 points. Our Rutgers' first possession. It was a long drive that we had there. 13 plays, 32 yards, but only led to a field goal. So our defense needs to also at least hold them to a field goal if we want to go ahead and remain in this game. But Blake Tatum, he has other ideas though. Spins off a tackle. Now down the sideline, Reggie Franklin. He's going to be the last line of defense, and frankly, he does bring him down. But again, another big run for Blake Tatum. He has been a game breaker today. for the Scarlet Knights. And it just gives Scott Oliver a little bit more time to operate. He's more of an athletic quarterback. He's not your typical pocket passer, as you can kind of see here a little bit on the speed option to the left-hand side, and he actually might score here. Thankfully, Zach Scott, he was able to bring him down because he was our last line of defense there. But still, 1st and goal, and on this 1st and goal, frankly, we got very lucky there that pass was dropped. That could have very well been a walk-in touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd and goal now, and Blake Tatum will get a carry by the goal line. Can't bring him down in time, and Rutgers once again, we're going to score another touchdown. They're just dominating at the line of scrimmage. So back to the last minute here of this 3rd quarter as we're down 35-23. We need a play from our defender, and damn, Daniel making a play, and that's exactly what we need to remain in this football game, baby. Let's go, man. We really needed that. And now, down by 12 points. Richards again, dropping back to pass. Looks to the left-hand side. Finds Jamarcus Mitchell. And Jamarcus Mitchell will pick up a gain of 5 there. As that now carries Jamarcus Mitchell over 100 yards on the day. But we need a touchdown, and we need it badly. So this drive definitely becomes extremely important for us here. As Brown does pick up the 1st down there. As that will carry us into the end of the 3rd quarter. We're in a little bit of trouble now. Down 35-23. We'll see how much this team has in terms of fight. Get those 4s up wherever you're watching this. And let's go win this game. So now, 4th quarter of action now officially underway as we try to start this 4th quarter with a play action. Richards looks over to the right-hand side, and again, another pass that's left behind the receiver. The receivers are doing a decent job of creating separation, but Jesse Richards in these key moments, man, you gotta get it on the money. And now it's 3rd and long instead. Looking over to the left-hand side. We got a receiver though, and Willie Duckett does find the space down the sideline. He does get pushed out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. And the Memphis Tigers are on the move again. Red zone chance here basically for the Memphis Tigers. Looking over the middle of the field, but it does not get past the middle linebacker, who does deflect that football away. Next play, 2nd and 10 coming up here though, as Justin Brown will try to get a carry. He's able to create a few yards there, and I actually thought that was a face mask penalty. I could very well be wrong. Just seemed like it was a very awkward way to bring somebody down, right? This is something that I personally noticed. And now, 3rd down, trying our best to pick up this 1st down any way that we can. And sure enough, we're actually going to be just short here. 4th down, desperately need to pick this up. So we will keep our offense out on the field. Field goals at this point do not do anything. And was that really close? That was really close to being a disaster, but they do award us the 1st down there, thankfully, and we get a new set to work with. So essentially, 1st and goal coming up, as it looks like they're going to send the blitz here, but they actually drop back in coverage a little bit. Willie Duckett, though, still finding the soft spot. Again, a little bit thrown behind, but this time Duckett kind of made that adjustment too, and that actually worked out a little bit better because it creates a little bit more space, and look at that, we got ourselves a touchdown in the process. So again, we're down by just 1 possession as of right now. 35-30 is going to be your score. And Rutgers, they come out here really with a chance to define how the rest of this game is going to go. We got to at least hold them to a field goal. Keep it a 1-score game. That's all I'm asking for our offense. And right now, we're not doing so great defensively. Again, Cody Oliver able to get out to the outside, make it a manageable 3rd down situation. And this smells big for Blake Tatum. We'll see if they give him the ball. And they actually do fake it to him, but it's actually a throw over the middle. So that does create the 1st down. And now, does the clock become a little bit of an issue? It could very well be, especially if we continue to have these issues tackling in the open field. I mean, Josh Meadows, he's a young linebacker for us. One of your guys' customs, by the way. He just has to come through and make a play. He's got to make a play for us at the end of the day, just like Reggie Franklin. Oh, just bat it down. That's all I'm asking. Just bat it down. I don't need you to be a hero right now. And sure enough, Scott Oliver, one-on-one, and our receiver, he straight up mosses our DB. So that's a big yikes there, unfortunately. We're down 42-30 now. So field goals are definitely not going to be acceptable anymore. And playing the football, I'm not sure if playing the football is what's going to be the best for a football team anymore. So this drive is going to really come down to who wants it more. We must score quickly if we want to have any sort of chance to win this game. However, that being said, 3rd and 5 coming up, trying to get things set up. 3 trips to the left. Richards drops back, has a little bit of time, but eventually that clock runs out. Just nowhere to go with the football, and a hard decision that does need to be made. We actually do decide to punt that football away. Could it kill us in the end? Possibly, but we do pin him deep. And again, Scott Oliver continues to hurt us on the ground. Are we just not going to stop any rushes today? Is that the plan for us, guys? Because that's what it looks like right now. We're having a rough day here as Scott Oliver trying to scramble again, although might have not been a good idea that time around. They were trying to set up the screen there. It looks like that was certainly blown up. However, Rutgers will decide to start getting that shoe clock going, and easy to see why. They will pick up the first down on a 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14, we give it the first down. Just drives me up a wall as Blake Tatum continues his career day that he's having, over 200 yards on the ground. You can see why it is rare to see the first tackle actually bring down Blake Tatum. And that's exactly what we're going to need here on this 3rd and short. We're down to our last timeout. If they pick up the first down here, this game is completely over, but it's an incomplete. So not only do we get the stop, we get to save our timeout here as well. Big chance here to score quickly and make things interesting. Richards drops back to pass, looks over the middle of the field. Jamarcus Mitchell was there, but can't haul it in. He drops the pass. And after a short play and a spike after that, because I wanted to save that timeout, it's now 4th and 7 for the game. Dropping back, looks to the right hand side, but we missed Justin Brown. We missed him. And that fat lady, she is warming up, and she is starting to sing. She sings her melody here at the end, and this was a big effort for our guys. We will end up losing, though, 45-30. And yes, Rutgers, they did decide to go for some style points. They got a field goal at the last second, so I feel some type of way about that. But we needed to do a better job here on both sides of the ball, and that just didn't happen. Alright, boys, so it was a hard-fought game, but we just didn't have enough in this one. But I'll tell you what, though, this was not Jesse Richards' fault. Jesse Richards actually had a really great game today. 24 for 37, 305 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. I'm starting to get the feel about how to have the most success passing the football in NCAA 12, because it is a little bit different from 14. Now, as for running the football, Justin Brown had a good game on the ground as well. He ends up with 24 carries, 152 yards, and while he didn't find the end zone, he had a big impact on the ground as well. As for our receiving core, we did have one 100-yard receiver today, and that was Jamarcus Mitchell, the junior from Tupelo, Mississippi. He didn't find the end zone though, but a couple of our guys did have success in doing so. Willie Duckett had a touchdown today. He had 6 catches for 64 yards. And Justin Brown, our running back, he had multiple touchdown grabs in this one, and he had 4 catches for 46 yards. But defensively, though, this is what absolutely cost us here at the end of the day. And you could see we did have a lot. We did not have very many tackles, not a lot of solo tackles at the very least. Reggie Franklin was probably our best solo tackler, but it's tough when 2 of your top tacklers are DBs. Reggie Franklin led the way, but Dan Daniel, the custom, had 3 tackles. Josh Meadows had 3 solo tackles as long as Pat Taylor, Zach Scott, and Sam Miller. They all had a few tackles in this game. We did generate a little bit of pressure, though. We did manage to get a couple of sacks. Pat Taylor actually had a pretty nice day overall. He had 1.5 sacks in this one. And then there was another person that had like half a sack, even though they didn't have a solo tackle but had 3 assisted. And that was Mario Davenport, who's a senior redshirt for Covington. That being said, we did also force a couple of turnovers in this one. And how about this? The true freshman making a play. He gets an interception in this one, so you absolutely love to see that. We also did manage to go ahead and force a fumble as well. Pat Taylor was able to, get some the quarterback to fumble this football for us a little bit with Nate Coleman, one of our big hollies on the defensive line, able to get that fumble recovery. Rutgers is a tough football team, man, and it shows how much we need to work on in order to be one of the best teams in our brand new conference. But we gotta continue to keep our head up as we continue to navigate conference play, and ironically, we haven't had a single non-conference game yet. 4-2 is not bad, though. I'll gladly take that, no problem. But that being said, halfway through the season, we're getting into the second half now, and we're gonna take a team that's closer to our size. We're taking on Southern Florida in the next episode, and this is the Justin Brown revenge game. Remember, Justin Brown did end up transferring from Southern Florida because of lack of playing time, and now we have a chance to get some revenge on his old squad, man. So hopefully we can go ahead and get that done, and should be a good episode in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this one, though, even though we could not get it done at home. With that being said, I am going to sign off for now, but I hope you guys have a good one. Make sure you go ahead, smack that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new to the channel. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off, but I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.